Hello everyone. First time.
Yep.
Just an update. We had something that came up that we had a previous engagement, so this is pre-recorded. It's not the actual time at 7:30 when we had anticipated on coming on. But yeah, if you look out the window here, this is what we're having. We've had a really mild winter so far, and about 2 weeks ago, it all of a sudden it dropped in temperature and got really cold. And it's been fairly cold. We've been working over in Kalispell, which is about an hour and a half. Or working north of Kalispell. Anyway, working in a place where it's a little more open and windy and sometimes 8 or 10 degrees colder there than it is here. So yeah, just want to hop on here for just a minute. I know sorry, go ahead.
We'd originally said 7:30, but you're going to a hockey game, so we're doing it early.
I missed two of them, or the first two already, and that's something that I used to really do a lot of when I grew up. That's what we did in the wintertime. We would play a lot of times twice during the week and on the weekend, so like 3 times a week. We would play hockey, and
Us too.
not sure what the deal is, but the young generation just didn't carry on, didn't get the bugs.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with cell phones. When we were teenagers, there was no cell phones, and we were very much Amish. So we would hop on our bikes and go to the nearest pond and go ice skating. That was a lot of fun, and we'd chase each other around on the ice.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And this was in the mid '90s when I grew up, and most of us were all farm kids, so we didn't go until after the chores were done, like at 7:30, 8 o'clock. I remember nights we skated that, and there's some guys like, hey, it's like 12:30 already. It's time to go home. Not the lights that we had. We worked to keep the ice cleared off. Sometimes I remember days or some evenings we would go. We'd have to shovel a foot of snow off everything by hand. We didn't have 4-wheelers. Didn't have a snowblower until some years later. I think there may have been a snowblower involved, but it was a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I have some very old photographs of us. We either biked or we hitched up the horse and buggy.
And this was dark in the wintertime. We didn't have the lights, the generators, the light systems that they do nowadays. We would take 8 kerosene, or we call them the white gas lanterns. You would dump them in, and then you had a little pump on them, and you pressure them up. We would set 8 of those on the snowbank. And most of the time, you were kind of chasing shadows because you almost couldn't tell where the puck was.
Yeah. And sometimes the guys got very vicious with that puck. We girls, we would just slide away to the corners trying to get out of that.
Some nights we didn't always play hockey.
Yeah.
Depending on if enough people showed up, we'd play other games. But a lot of times during the week, if it was bitter cold or whatever, just the guys would show up.
Yeah.
And lots of good times doing that. I remember somebody commented, "What are your plans for this next year?" Well, if you look out here in the barn right behind me here, this is something I've been working on. I've got the one part insulated. We're gonna have to do a walkthrough.
Yeah.
Show you how that is. There's some work to be done in there. I have most of my product in there, stuff that can't freeze anyway. That needs to be stained. The trim needs to be painted. I need to put a stairs in the back. We are waiting until spring, obviously. In the back end of our house, out the patio door here, the plan is to build a concrete patio that's covered so that you can walk out there. Just a place to sit in the evening. We often enjoy having evening meals outside. And also, I'm gonna build it large enough, like the full length of the house, that I can put my firewood back there. Right now, I have the firewood outside. It is covered in a tarp, but it's just a lot nicer if it's underneath.
Yeah, and we live very close to Forest Service, so in the fall, it's nice to go outside and, have a campfire. But around here, you almost can't have a campfire because of the dry. So I'm hoping to make kind of like an outdoor campfire thing that is
outdoor fire pit.
fireproof.
We can have
contains fire.
campfires here if they're contained.
But even
we
that is
and a lot of times we can't really have them here until, if we're fortunate, it'll start raining in September. But a lot of times it's like almost October, November before a guy can safely go out and light a nice campfire.
Yeah.
Because
you just don't want to.
you don't-
With forests around here, you just don't want to take the chance.
Yeah. But anyway, we have, the garden is gonna be one of the things that we're obviously gonna be doing. And this is something we do all the time and so as far as if we know we're gonna have a garden, like one of the local stores had a really good deal on potatoes. Like the smaller ones that most people throw away. I'm like, hey, let's stock up on those.
And
And so we stashed a whole bunch of them. That's going to be our seed potato.
Yeah.
For next year.
I think they were from the Hutterites. They were at the farm to market store. So, yeah.
So they were on sale. Things like that. We we did hatch out a few chicks. Had the worst hatch ratio that I've ever had. The egg turner stopped working for some odd reason.
You're just not the best hen. He was going in there turning the egg turner every day. I mean,
multiple times a day. So I hatched 4 chicks. There's 4 chicks that hatched.
Out of how many? 21?
22, and 3 out of the 4 are roosters. And the way you can tell if they're a rooster, when they're really small, even up to like the first, second, third, fourth, up to a week, I think they may still have that. But if you open their wing up, like you stretch the wing out, the rooster will have like one continuous arch of feathers. And if they're going to be a hen, they have like a small one and then another one. So there's like a double arch, almost like this. And a rooster will kind of have just one big arch. And it's very accurate. I've done this in the past. I Googled it. Multiple people said, yeah, that's the best way. And I had a few of them that I kept track of, and it is accurate.
Yeah, okay. He's a chicken professional. Sometimes I think if I could just squawk like a chicken.
You might get more attention.
Yeah.
Hey, a guy's got to have some hobbies.
Yeah.
Another thing I'd really want to get done this weekend is I'd like to go ice fishing again. We've been out a few times. Morgan and Jordan each caught 1 fish, and then that was it. Couldn't catch anything else. And I have hopefully tomorrow I'll have some time to go out.
Yeah, that would be nice. It's refreshing and relaxing.
Yeah. It's gonna be really cold. We're like it's been single digits, 0 at night. One day I think we had a high of 4 where we were working at, and this next week is like the first 3 days of next week is not looking any better. So the good thing is if it does get this cold, we usually have less bugs and ticks the following year.
Yeah. All right, guys. This is our very first live. We don't know what we're doing. I don't even know, if it's even recording. I'm hoping it is. Yeah. So we'll see you in a little bit, and thanks for watching us.
Thank you so much.